Okay, so we're going to go in here inside of the Chapter 5 assignment. What you can look at this as we walk through it. Okay, I'm going to make this bigger. Task 1. For your class of object that you used in Chapter 4 and have been working on in Chapter 5, implement the comparable interface. Remember, when you implement the comparable interface, you must decide what it means for two objects in your class to be less than, equals to, or greater than another object. You must use your equals method that you already coded for this class in your compare to implementation. Write a driver program that creates at least two objects from your class. You must write the driver so that the user input is required before instantiating your objects, so that I can easily rerun your program to verify that your compare to method and equals method have been coded properly. And now I'm going to yell at you. I'm going to say, I do not want to have to enter all the instance data for your object. I would rather you create a new constructor that only takes the parameter that you use for comparison. It'll save everybody a lot of time. Now, if you don't follow this, I will flip out on you. I will do an example right now. So let's say, for example, I have a class public class example, EX. And in this class, I have a string, S1, an integer, X, a double, Y, and a Boolean, B. I'm going to get rid of that one. I already have a constructor that takes all those parameters. And then I have a default constructor. I'm not going to provide the details. I'm just no. I'll let you think about that for a while. I'm not going to do this whole constructor. And let's say I have a public EX, sorry. Then let's say I have another constructor that's all, accepts no parameters. It's default. You made your equals method based on this value of X. So what I want you to do is make me another constructor that only takes one integer. We'll call it ANS. And inside here, all I want you to do is populate that one. All the other ones just pick default values, so I do not have to enter them. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I have 4 pieces of instance data for this class. You already have one constructor that populates all that instance data. You have a second constructor where for most people it's some kind of default one where you're just setting values or something similar to that. For this assignment, since your equals method is based on this integer value, that's how you determine equality for EX objects. Then I want you to write an additional constructor that only takes an integer parameter, and then all the other pieces of instance data, you're going to assign some default value. So I don't have to enter so much. It'll make it easier for you to test as well, and you'll be less frustrated. Now, task 2, create an interface for your class that includes at least 2 methods of your choosing. Each method, should I write of your choosing? Yeah. Each method must return something. You must pass parameters to both methods. A single parameter is fine. They cannot be the same overloaded. They cannot be the same method overloaded. Also, these must be new methods, not methods already coded in your class. Implement this interface in your class. Modify your driver to test the methods listed in the interface. That's it.